Hello there, and welcome. Well, yesterday I read from one of my favorites from John Steinbeck, and that's Tortilla Flat. Now, a lot of people have read John Steinbeck. He's a wonderful writer, I think. I personally find him delightful. But Tortilla Flat is less read than maybe Of Mice and Men or The Red Pony, which are both kind of part of the American Lit canon, so a lot of people read them in high school or junior high. But Tortilla Flat has a lot of wonderful features. And I have to say, I wish I could imitate the wonderful deceased actor and director John Huston. For me, it's always his voice in John Steinbeck's work. It's his voice that's guiding me through it. His rich, sonorous, and wonderfully ironic voice, which I think goes just perfectly with John Steinbeck. What's really super about Tortilla Flat is Steinbeck takes some really big swings, and I think they serve the work beautifully. And one of the things that he does is he uses the story of Camelot as his structural outline for the work, and he uses the high sounding English of those older pieces to reflect the antique quality of the Spanish that Danny and his friends speak. So it's really, Tortilla Flat is really the Knights of the Round Table translated to a group of impoverished men in Salinas, California. Steinbeck really was very good at telling the stories of people who were impoverished and struggling at the edges of our society. And not every writer can do that very well. It's really difficult to do that with respect without seeming exploitative of them. But in Tortilla Flat, Steinbeck does it beautifully. And he is a deep thinker, but also a really funny, stylized writer. So there's so much to enjoy in his work. So is there a way that we can take inspiration from it? Well, one of the ways we can do that is by the fact that he used a sort of classic piece of literature as his outline. It turns out lots and lots and lots of writers have done that. Use the writing that preceded them in a legendary setting to shape their work. For example, the Bridget Jones saga is based on Jane Austen's, the first one especially, is based on Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. So she's using the exact same structure and almost the same names to tell a modern version of the same story. James Joyce used Ulysses, it used in Ulysses the story of Odysseus. That shaped the text. Mark Twain used King Arthur to write a story in a similar way. He used the same sort of legendary shaping. So what can we do? How can we take inspiration from Steinbeck on this? Well, one way would be to think about a legend or an old story that you know and have read and use it to shape something new. A poem, a memoir, a story, even a novel. What about using one of those old shapes to help you control and guide a narrative? I think that might be worthwhile. It's November. Let's have some fun. That's it for today. I hope you have a glorious rest of the day, and I hope you see me again, you gorgeous people.